Here's the disclaimer. This is for educational purposes only. This is not financial advice. Cryptocurrencies are risky. Do your due diligence and invest at your own risk. You can lose money.
What's up, everyone? My name is J. Tragic Jeffrey. Welcome to Crypto Plunder, where there will be no champagne sipping. Crypto pumping. I can only give you the real. In the crypto world. Today is October 23rd, 2017. And I've got a few announcements that's going on. First, I hope everyone had a great weekend. Was going to do a video on Friday, but life caught up. We had a few things that went down on Friday, so had to do some extra work. So didn't get to the video, but we're going to get better this week. So let's start off with the news. Bitcoin sells at 9,500 in Zimbabwe. Venezuela gains 100K new Bitcoin miners. So this is one of the things I've been trying to explain to people, especially some of my friends. I've been telling them that while we might think the Bitcoin price is crazy, like, oh, Bitcoin price is crazy, what you don't understand is other people are already moving Bitcoin into higher highs. So while it may have not happened here yet, the need for Bitcoin in places like Venezuela, where their own currency is not as secure, Bitcoin has been a way for them to stabilize their businesses. Zimbabwe, a place for you to be able to do transactions back and forth. So while it might seem crazy to you, for them, it's like, well, my currency is screwed. This one seems better. It keeps appreciating in value. We don't care if you don't like it. It's one of those things how we feel about China's FUD, where we say, oh, well, we don't care whether or not you have a problem with it. We want it to be this way. Well, guess what? Other countries are doing the same exact thing to the coin's price, where they don't care whether or not we think that Bitcoin is overpriced. They're looking at it and saying, well, if you look at our currency is having a problem. This currency seems more stable to us. So we're jumping on that. So this is why when people say Bitcoin to 10,000, they're also coming from the fact, they're also coming from a place where they're understanding that Bitcoin in other places is better than their own country's currency. So that's why that's why in the later portions of this video, I'll be talking about my plans for 2018 and how I'm going to be diversifying my asset portfolio in the crypto space. All right. Let's look at the news completely, because that was that just jumped up at me because it was up here. So let me look at this. Crypto depository receipts explained. Don't care. UK crypto forced to bank elsewhere. Don't care. Yes, that's a little bit of an issue, and that might cause some problems. But at the end of the day, soon these companies, these banks that are making it hard are smaller banks, and they're going to get phased out. This is a dog-eat-dog world. And while they want to sit there and seem like, oh, we know better, it doesn't matter what you know. Look at how many banks who didn't get into the investment side of things early in, say, 1990 somethings, let's say the late 90s to the early 2000s. Most of the major banks started gobbling up investment banks to put as a part of their portfolio. The smaller banks were like, no, we're not doing that. Where are those banks now? Gone. So these banks that sit there and say the same thing, because I'm coming from a banking world. I worked at Citibank in the early 2000s. So I know why they made their purchases and why they did what they did. So now I can see the same thing happening to these smaller banks that are causing problems for this new currency are the same ones that did not jump on the internet fast enough. they got phased out. They were like, oh no, we don't need to do that. Okay, fine. That's why you're no longer here. So news like this doesn't matter to me. It just means that the shakeup, when it comes, is going to hurt them more than it hurts us. Dispute resolution platform, that's going to be legal. That's actually green news for me. Russian entrepreneur registers Bitcoin, Ethereum patents for vodka. Dumb. I'm not even worried about that. That's not important. Pirate miners, that's going to happen. For me, it doesn't matter. It just it means more mining is going to go on via browser. Businesses are going to start looking at that as a new feasible way to do business. Think of this like early peer-to-peer sharing, like Napster and all these other things. Think of this is what they're going to do now, but it could potentially be a way for a website to be able to offer content without charging you something. But they'll need to do it in a way that's not, it doesn't burn up your GPU and slow down your computer. Once that gets stabilized, then I can see that as a way for websites to make money. So while this might seem scary to people, it's really not that important. But it's something that's going to be coming down the line as a profitability margin for people. Steering clear, good. Stay the hell out. Sell ish coins 2x immediately. For best profit. Yeah, that is a true statement, depending on what it is. This fork is really dumb. I don't know what's going on with it, but another country is going to have its own cryptocurrency. That's green news for me. It just means that countries will have their own crypto. We already talked about this episodes ago. I said most of these countries are going to start coming up with their own crypto. Didn't I say that? I said this is going to happen. So this is just something that's going to phase into that happening. Bitcoin price lingers below 6,000 as post-fork. I'm going to talk about this a little bit when we get back into the seasons of Bitcoin, but that's not really important. It is, but it isn't. Still say it's green news. Not important. Not important. Green news. Green, not important. Like it could be red news, but it's not. It's gray, so it doesn't really matter. Green news, Microsoft basically telling Swift, which handles the transactions of your credit, your banking, sending banking transactions back and forth. So I send you a transfer, a wire transfer. Swift is what actually handles it on the back end. So Microsoft and all these other companies are basically saying, if you don't step your game up, we're going to bury you. So that's green news for me. MIT implemented Bitcoin blockchain to distribute diplomas instead of permissioned ledgers. Green news. So again, I'm not going to go all the way down. Some of these I wanted to read on Friday, because a couple of these things were actually available Friday. Let's see. Ethereum base can't be. Could Bitcoin lead to whatever? That's red news, but it doesn't matter. MasterCard announces blockchain B2B payments despite. So you're seeing it. It's what we've been talking about. Bank of America files a patent for blockchain. Dash potentially can solve the cannabis industry. You can see that while all this is gray, there's some red, there's some green. There's a lot of gray news. So if you look at the market, you can see it's down. Like the market's down. I don't know what is really the contributor to it, because you can see there's not a lot of green. It's not bad as far as green. Like Stratus is up. I don't think I have any of that. Few things are up. Ants, like bottom. A lot of my stuff, which I'll talk about when I get actually segue. Actually, this is a good segue into talking about. Yeah, there's a lot down. Gas is down. There's a lot down. This segues really into the assets. I can talk about my asset playbook. This used to be called my Gunbot playbook, but one of the things which I'll also be talking about in a little bit is a change in my business model, or actually my investment strategy for 2018. I typically think about my year early before I get started. So December, I like starting the new year. So October, November, I start planning in advance to say this is what I want to accomplish next year, so that in December I typically just go. I start running with my strategies immediately. So we talked about. I said I wanted to work on this sheet, and I'd start getting my plays out. You can see I've raised my spend on my bot up, so from 0.01 to 0.02, which means I'm putting more money into bags, but I really want more trophies before the run. Right, so next year I think a run is coming. So I've got a whole bunch of studying to do. You can look at my roster and see, as I told you last week, I basically did nothing when I was away, working on in real estate. So the 18th, I put everybody on the bench. I benched all my tickers. Steam came out to play. I was holding for 2 days at zero balance, and then Steam, using my strategy from the Art of War botting, using the ground sniper. That's the GS you see in here. My ground sniper strategy, where you're sniping it at a low, so you're able to buy a ticker. You're able to trigger for a ticker to buy at a particular price, but without you having to put the money up front for it, so that you're not holding a bag waiting for it to come down, or you're not putting money in reserve or away out of your spending, waiting on a ticker to come down to you. You can actually just have your bot be prepared to make that buy for you. Anyway, if you want more explanation, I'm kind of rushing through things because I got a meeting coming up. I'm kind of rushing. So if you really want to understand that strategy of how I do it, go to the Art of War Botting, which is on the channel, on the Toxic Hustle channel. And it's right here, the bonus strategy, Ground Sniper. Right? So I'm using that Ground Sniper strategy here. And it got me at a low position, but it's also gone down some. I'm looking at it to try to pull a 10% win on this. So right now it's holding a bag, and I'm waiting for a 10% profitability mark. You can see I've been making changes now. I've actually put in my Coinigy alerts positions of where I want profits at. So I'm not just going to have the bot trading to trade all day long. It's actually going to start turning on and sniping some of these back when they're in play once the alerts come on for these tickers. All right. I want to talk about the seasons of Bitcoin, some things that we've been talking about over the last few weeks. This is going to be up on my screen every single video now, because I want to see whether or not, this is a way for you to kind of know what's coming. If there a possibility of a dip. Now, you'll notice I did a few changes on my Seasons of Bitcoin sheet, which is these are dips that have been consistent. If you haven't watched the other videos, these are dips. So the January dip, the March dip, the June, July dip. You can see here. We have the September dip, which happened now. And we're currently waiting on the November dip. Excuse me. This is January. Where's the purple? The November dip. So right here, right around 11.9, you can see here's a dip. Here, 11.7, right around, is a dip. So we're waiting for a November dip. We're not sure exactly when it's going to happen. I just know that this is pulling back up. I'm waiting. Currently, according to the books, according to the charts, we're looking at the November dip sometime around October 31st, which would be Halloween, which is this weekend, if I'm not mistaken. No, actually, it's next week. So, really, I might cash out a bit early on some of my Bitcoin just to preempt it. Today I was thinking maybe we might be heading back down, but if you look at the news, there's really no reason for this thing to dip, because even with the Bitcoin fork, it dipped down, but we were in the midst of the run towards the fork. We're not currently there yet. So there's really no need for that yet. And like I said, here's the September. It hit with Chinese FUD, but there's consistency in when news can bring things down. So I'm just marking the seasons of Bitcoin for the dips, and then also going back and seeing what news helped contribute to it. This one, like I said, these are kind of minor, like this minor Chinese FUD, and we had a minor dip, but I want to see where we go. So we're looking at potentially the November dip to happen. It might happen a little later because of because the fork is a little bit later. So we'll see. As far as what I'm going to be doing, that leads me into my goals for 2018. The website as a whole, whether it be the Toxic Hustle website, whether it be here on Toxic Hustle's YouTube channel, one of the things that we're trying to accomplish is not just talk about crypto. Well, crypto is our main focus right now because it should be. It's not enough to just talk about crypto, because you also need to be able to purchase the crypto itself. And if you don't, if you have a job and you're just paying your bills and you're just getting by on your bills, do you want to get into riskier assets and lose that and not have a way to replenish it in case the dip goes? Because we always talk about, don't put more crypto in than you're willing to lose. Well, at this time, like right now, in this name of the game right now, people don't have a lot of liquid assets to be able to risk, right? So that's one of the things I've been thinking about heavy, and I wanted to come up with a strategy, not only for myself, but even for you to start thinking about, okay, well, maybe I need to figure out how to earn more income to then not only be able to invest the Bitcoin the way I want to, because like I want to be able to do it with my bots, and I'm realizing I need to be able to get more crypto in from my bot to be able to do more crypto trades. And even if I hold a bag, so what? I'm investing using my value trading strategy. I'm investing in coins that I feel in 5 years will go up. So it's still a short-term play, but a long-term play. And there's some high-risk plays I would like to play. But again, you need to have some liquid assets to be able to make those plays without fear of risk. So one of the things I'm doing that I'm suggesting people to start figuring out for themselves, as I'll also help out by putting out some videos, is start looking at your service and products. What service are you offering? What products are you offering? Right? So for me, I sell t-shirts, right? So like the Crypto Plunder t-shirts. So I sell t-shirts. This is one way I can generate assets, because I have to have residual income. I have to bring in extra currency. If I'm going to get deeper into crypto, I don't want to use money for bills or money for other investments to be able to do that. Okay? So if I'm getting deeper into crypto, then the amount of money I want to put into it should come from another asset. So one of those is products, services. I do a graphic company. So when you go to Toxic Hustle, in fact, let me go ahead and so if we go to Toxic Hustle, if you go to design packages, you can see we get into doing work for other people, right? So we're working on products for other people. This is another way that we earn revenue. So products, services. What services do you offer? Maybe you can get on Fiverr.com and offer some services there. Maybe you can go on Elance. Maybe you can go on Upwork. Maybe you can do things for other people where you can earn some extra currency, and then that's just you using your hours of the day. Like, we all have the same 24 hours. Most people go to work or go to school, they come back home and they're watching TV. That time that you've just given up to watch somebody else make money, you could have made money with. I spend my evenings doing research at night. I spend my evenings working on client products or product or clients. I do consultation for some of my clients. So if you want to earn money, maybe you need to be smarter with your time so that you can earn more money to then put that into crypto, because the only thing you wasted was a little bit of electricity, which you're wasting anyway, and time. That's it. She didn't put anything else into it. So that's why I believe in products and services as a mechanism for you to be able to start earning more revenue for crypto. Because if we all believe, as you saw with the news from Venezuela, right? You're looking at this news. If you understand exactly what's coming, if you know, all right, this is already close to 10,000. We're at 6,000 here. So there's still room for this to grow because other people believe that the asset should be at this price point. We're going to get there. So if you believe it's going to go to this price, then what are you doing to prepare for that? What are you doing to get more crypto, to allocate more crypto into your portfolio? And I don't mean going out there and going to a credit card and using debt to do it. No. I don't mean going out here and cashing out your 401k to do it. No. I believe grow more assets to put it into assets that are a little bit more risky. But guess what? Even if you go out here and you create a passive income and you lose the revenue in here, you've already gained an income stream. So what if you made a risky bet with new income, right? So what? You're now getting into the psychology of a venture capitalist, right? That's where I'm headed. If you look at what crypto is, you have the ability to invest in crypto as a value, quote unquote, trader, but you're basically a small scale venture capitalist. So as a venture capitalist, you need to gain your own capital to get into these ventures that might take a year to 2 years to be able to be profitable for you to cash out, right? So what do you need to do? You need to start concentrating on how you bring in income to be able to then be able to purchase your crypto with less risk and less stress, right? So if you look at here, my ideals, my thought process, my positioning for the asset positioning for 2018 is I want 60% of my crypto portfolio to be purchased with service products and service and products. So services I offer and the products I offer. That's how I'm going to get my crypto. Then 20% of that is also going to come from peer-to-peer loans, peer-to-peer lending. I'll talk about that in the future. I'm actually waiting to get through the rest of this year. I might do it later this year. I need to get back into it, but I'm going to talk about peer-to-peer lending. I've been doing it for the last, I want to say, over 5 years now. So I feel it's a stable way. It's small. It earns you a smaller percentage, but it's based off of you being able to do it on loans in the real world. So you're doing real world loans. So it's a great way for you to earn a smaller interest monthly. Peer-to-peer loans to do long-term trades. So this is when I buy a coin and I'm holding it for a year or two, as well as my short-term bot trades. So where my bot makes a buy and I'm trading in and out of a ticker for a 5% up increase in trades. I'm not going to go for 2% anymore. I'm actually going to raise that. And this way I'm not just trying to get my boss to trade all the time and me trying to fight all the time with trades. I want to start narrowing down my positioning. Royalties and subscriptions. Because I'm a musician, I can get royalties. So if you are into music and I have a video in the channel in which I talk about, in fact, hold on, I'll show you. If you come here to, hold on, let's go to my channel. If you come over here to the Toxic Hustle channel and you scroll down, You'll see I have hustle mode, how to add your music to CD Baby for royalties. That's what I mean by getting royalties, right? If you go to also, if you're a music producer, heading over to beatstars.com, you can actually earn revenue for selling beats. So that's another way that I'll be earning royalties, is going to be that. Also, I'm looking at 10% to come from subscriptions, right? So I'm working on a program now. Another product will be selling t-shirts that you can now sell. So these t-shirts, I'm going to start sitting down and churning, actually creating a lot of t-shirts, and I'll create the templates themselves. I'll be selling these templates. You'll get access to buy them, and then you can upload them up to you'll be able to upload them to Teespring or any of the t-shirt sites out there yourself, and then earn money on it yourself so that you can buy more crypto. Again, I told you, Toxic Hustle is about not just us earning money, but being able to come up with ways that we can help you earn money to get into crypto, because that's important to us. It's definitely important to me to not just tell you, oh, get into crypto and buy into this ticker, buy into that ticker, buy into this, buy into that. I told you there's no crypto pumping. So I'm not going to pump a crypto without offering you some way to start earning money residually. Like, this is a business. And as an investor, you need to start thinking of yourself as your own investment business. So where is your income coming in to purchase crypto? Which leads us to why I'm saying I want to come up with ways for you to earn money. Because the reason I'm doing this is because 10% are going to come from high yield programs. Now, I'm not talking about hypes, but I'm talking about the Bitconnects of the world, the BitPetites of the world, the Regal coin of the world, all these other coins that I've done videos on, and I've said, okay, I don't understand them. Working with East Coast Crypto, I'm starting to get a better understanding, and I'm not one to sit there and be like, okay, well, wag my finger. If I don't understand something, as you saw in the video I did for Bitconnect earlier, I didn't understand it, and I said I didn't feel they were a scam. I felt that they didn't have to be, because if you just they were just holding the coin, and the coin appreciated in value, they were able to pay out. Right. So, but I also see some of the things that are now happening with them, and I'm like seeing how they're starting to structure their business model, and I'm seeing opportunities for them to grow as really a business. So for me, it's sitting there saying, is this a new business model that I just didn't understand? Because I came from the high yield investment program world, and I realized that didn't work, but it showed signs of a high yield investment program. But now I'm starting to see that there's things that they've tied to their business, money sinks, which is important to any economy. They've created money sinks inside their business model, like transaction fees, this debit card, which will have more transaction fees. The fact that they're holding Bitcoin for long-term periods. If their bot is running properly, and they do have a bot, which is why I got into bot trading in the first place. If they do have a bot that is earning them income, then hey, that plus transaction fees plus all the money sinks can equal them having a sustainable system. So, and I've been hearing from a lot of the other videos that they're even reducing the tier structure of their referral system, which now will offer some more stability to them. So I'm very interested in them. So to get into these higher risk crypto plays, what I wanted to do, since I'm going to be talking about them slowly over time, I wanted to come up with a way that I could earn income to put money into those plays rather than coming out of my pocket. And I feel that if I'm going to do that for myself, I would be a two-faced bum if I didn't at least address it and say, hey, let me help you do the same thing, because this is what I'm doing. And I'm not one of those guys that do as I say, not as I do. I'm one of those guys that I eat my own dog food. So if I believe in something. I'm going to try it my damn self. And if it works, great. Here, I'm going to tell you what I'm doing. If it doesn't work, hey, it doesn't work. Like when I show you the fact that, hey, if you look at my system, my trading bot, $88 of my bot is in bags. But then look at my tickers. If you go to the bags that I'm holding, look at who I'm holding. Stratus, Ubiquity, Metal, that was a questionable play. Made, Pivx, which is a private ticker, KMD, Qtum, Ethereum, GNT, Pay, Neo, MCO. So you're seeing I'm investing in things that even if they don't pop now, I could double down and triple down on these if I wanted to. Like I can say, you know what, when this hits where I say, hey, am I at a bottom play here? Should I go ahead and maybe buy 2 more positions? So I only bought 1.36. Can I buy maybe 3 of the coin? Can I buy another one? I can start stacking on myself to be able to start, because they're at bottoms. I can like, you know what? I still like these coins. Even if the bot didn't play them properly and the coin went down, it doesn't mean that the technology was crappy. It just means the market took a shift. But it doesn't change the fact that I can still buy these now at bargain prices because I liked the coin in the first place. Do you see what I mean by value play? Right? So this is what I've been doing to get myself to get things together. And speaking of value play, one of the things that I'm currently working on for November is going to be something called A Value Trader's Guide to the Crypto Galaxy. You know, this is the Guide to the Galaxy logo, Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy logo. But I'm going to be making a Value Trader's Guide to the Crypto Galaxy. As a lesson sometime in November, maybe early December. The reason why I'm doing that is because I keep telling you about value trading. I keep saying that regardless of whether or not I'm holding these bags, I'm not sitting there saying, oh my God, bags are bad. No, because I like the companies. I've done my due diligence on the companies. I like the companies. Neo is in China and they're having problems right now. But Neo is the Ethereum of China. That's like getting into Alibaba before it becomes Alibaba, right? So these are one of the things that you've got to take into consideration. But if I like the company and I like the coin, well, and they meet most of my due diligence, then I don't mind holding these. Because when they pop back up, which I'm sure they will, because these are, in my eyes, at least anywhere between 3 to 5 year plays. So if these go back to where I want them to, then I can always sell these out, and these are all now profits. Like I said, my goal is I'm already estimating I want 15% in each one of these. So I'm not sitting there saying, oh, I'm holding a bag and it's horrible. I'm saying, no, I've got 15% runs on every single one of these things, and I'm ready. When they come back up, I'm going. So I want to make a value traders video, so that I can help you understand what to look for in value trades for 2018, right? At the end of this year right now, there's a lot of dippage that are happening, but we're going to have one in January. So that's why I'll do it in December, because after the December run up, we'll have that we have that potential January dip, December run up, January dip, December run up right here, January dip, and a January dip. So we see that there's been some December run-ups to dips, and we'll see whether or not we get another run-up to a dip. So if these things are happening, what I want to do is create a way for you to see value in a company, and then on the dip, be able to purchase those for more. You can get more when Bitcoin dips, because now you can get more Bitcoin. And because you get more Bitcoin, wait for it to rise back up. And when it goes back up, you can now buy those coins with just the profit of the Bitcoin itself. So it's almost like you bought free shares of a company, right? So That's gonna be coming in late November, early December. Is the my value traders guide to the crypto galaxy. East Coast Crypto. If you want to get into the community, make sure you can visit the website. I'll have the Discord links. But yeah, get into the community, man. This thing is growing. So many guys, great guys coming in there now. Become a subscriber so you can get access to some of the private rooms. Of course, if you want to get Gunbot, you can get Gunbot here. You can now see that, if you are new to Bitconnect, you can start looking into it. Again, I'm going to be trying to get assets up before I get into Bitconnect. So I'm currently not invested in Bitconnect. I'll show you that tomorrow because I forgot to put the screen up. So I can show you tomorrow. I am currently not in there yet, but I'm working on getting there. East Coast Crypto Discord room. Get on in there. Join the community. Great, East Coast Crypto, and everyone is really great. Great group of guys. There's a lot of people now. A lot more traders that have joined the Boiler Room. Boiler Room, by the way, if you want to learn how to start trading, is now going to be open. So that you can actually learn crypto trading from some of the guys. This will help you when you get into the Gunbot army so that you can actually start getting better trades. There's actually there's a group that's being created to be able to pick better trades based on all these guys that we have that have come out of the Boiler Room to be able to start getting the bots more targeted towards winning trades rather than just throwing a dartboard at it, throwing a dartboard trying to pick a ticker. Crypto Plunder T-shirts, will be working on some this week. I do have it in my calendar to do it. Plus, I want to be able to start getting the website on Toxic Hustle ready. There's going to be a private area so that you can see the store, and I'll be able to start selling shirts. We'll sell them for Bitcoin, so you'll be able to buy. You'll be able to buy the templates to upload these shirts online for yourself to make your own money. We're going to be doing that in Bitcoin. East Coast Crypto. Subscribe to his channel, to his YouTube channel. You can subscribe to my channel. This is a new movement, guys. Like, nobody in crypto. The reason why I push East Coast Crypto is because nobody is doing it in crypto like this. Join the Discord. There's a lot of giveaways that have been going on. Nobody is doing what's going on in East Coast Crypto. Right? Nobody. Nobody's growing a community based off of not just pumping coins, but having strategies, having traders, having people that are, potentially in the future. I know he's been talking about having tax professionals come in. Like, he's growing an entire business conglomerate around crypto, and this is your conglomerate as well. If you think about Fight Club, you determine your level of involvement. So if you just want to keep throwing darts at a dartboard to pick your tickers, you can keep doing that. And if you've been successful, power to you. Hope your luck keeps going on, but it shouldn't be about luck. It should be about preparing for success. And I believe that East Coast Crypto and going through the Discord and talking, going through the different subscription rooms, you're going to start preparing yourself for success. If anything else, you gain knowledge, and that's something that you can't put a price tag on. Also, Bitcoin is accepted here. I do have a donation link. Donations go into building out more stuff. Like, I sit down, I'm not getting paid. Google, YouTube is not paying me a lot for these videos. I'm not getting a lot of money for other things. So for me to come up with content, it takes time, and time is something that, especially if I'm working services and working for companies and stuff like that, it makes it kind of hard. So if you would like specific content, or you'd like me to look into certain things, or come up with different lesson plans, feel free to donate. It just helps me be able to see where I can, if I can see where I can move my time to help out, being more helpful. So Bitcoin is accepted. Please feel free to donate. Thank you, anybody who's already donated. Very appreciated. I'm going to be working a lot this week on more content for this YouTube page. I'm going to be working on some more strategies. I'm just getting back into gun botting again, but as well, I'm now also going to be slowly but surely, like I told you, getting into these higher risk trades. So I want to thank you for taking the time to watch this. I know this was a longer video than I typically do. I know it seems like I'm rambling. I'm trying to jump into another meeting and I'm trying to get there as fast as possible, but I need to get all of this out because you're getting basically 2 days worth of content in one day, which is my Friday stuff and today's stuff. So I know this ran a little long. I thank you for spending time with me. I thank you for watching. I thank you for, liking the video, subscribing to the channel. I appreciate every single one of you taking the time to spend time. It's a valued resource that we all have a limited supply of. So again, thank you. I might be making a video tomorrow. If I do, it'll be short. I definitely will be making one Wednesday. All right, so everyone have a great week. Happy trading. Happy researching. Make sure you're picking your value plays. This is Jay Tragic Jeffrey for Crypto Plunder. Take it easy.